Dani Gasparini, and welcome to this segment of Penn Voice. I am joined today by Rich Garbarino, who is the mayor of the city of South San Francisco. Rich, it's been 10 years.
It has.
Thanks for finally joining me again.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, you reminded me that I interviewed you and Terry Nagel when you were a freshman.
Yes,
and newly elected to the South San Francisco City Council.
Yeah.
And now you're mayor?
Yes.
Your third term.
This is my third time as mayor, right.
So of all the things that we could talk about in South San Francisco, because there are a lot of things going on, we've chosen to talk about your Caltrain station.
Okay.
First of all.
Okay.
So tell us what's happening there.
Okay, well, we received a $49.1 million grant from Samtrans, and we as a city put up $5.1 million out of our general fund money to show good faith. So that has happened. Construction will start next year and should be completed in 2019. We'll have an underground passageway, or a subway if you want to call it that, going underneath the tracks to the, to the tracks. We're going to beautify the Airport Boulevard, Grand Avenue entrance to South San Francisco. There'll be what we call a drop and kiss parking area for those folks on the other side of the tracks. And I don't want to call it a station because it's actually a platform. Right. Will be moved about 80 feet to the south of its current location and fixed up there so the folks who will have access to the roadway, the underground passageway that I spoke of. And there'll also be a bike lane.
Is the underground passageway for pedestrians?
Pedestrians and bikes and bicyclists, yeah. So they'll be able to take their bicycles through there.
And get to the other side of town without crossing tracks on the street level.
Exactly. That's something that the biotech campuses had asked us for, because a lot of people bike to work, that famous last mile from the train to the campus.
I think our viewers need to know that your day population is, I believe, 5 times what your night population is.
Pretty close. We're a city of 65,000 and change, and that increases,
it's 5 times. I think the last time I read it was about 5 times.
Yeah.
So the amount of people that are moving in and out of your community in a work day is astronomical. So you have got to have public transportation in all modes, biking, walking, train, cars, buttoned up and tight. So I really commend you for wanting to change this platform and to ensure that walkers and bikers have an easy way to get to and from work as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we are responding to a need.
Yeah. And so, and speaking of trains, planes, and automobiles, you have 101, and that sort of, like some of the communities, Redwood City is an example, it bifurcates your city. You've got folks on both sides of the freeway. So tell us what's happening on the other side of 101.
Okay, on the other side, in the downtown section, if
area,
you will.
Right.
Well, we've got a lot of exciting development going on there. We've got housing complexes being developed. We've got Rotary is building a 81-unit senior citizen residency across from our parking lot, our parking garage, which is in the downtown area. We've got some housing going up on Airport Boulevard. In total, of about 1,400 new housing units will be constructed just in that downtown core area. We have a free shuttle that we've got running around the city now. It's bike friendly, it's wheelchair friendly, and its ridership is increasing astronomically. People are beginning to hear about it. They can get all around the city to the key points that they need to get to, the library, City Hall. We've even just completed an agreement with Kaiser Hospital on El Camino Real so that the shuttle will stop there now. So that the people who need to get to the hospital or to their doctor can now do so.
And I know a lot of communities that have vibrant downtowns are doing these free shuttles, and that's basically to say, look, this day population of 5 times your night population, we want you to come eat in our downtown, we want you to come shop. So let us help you move freely and efficiently within your business and the downtown and get you moving so that you can come and shop and eat and do all those kinds of things. So have you found that's been working for you?
Yeah, it has. We've got 14 new restaurants that have opened up in the downtown area.
Wow.
One of them is a brew pub location. The other one is a sports bar. The other one is a Mediterranean style restaurant. And so, and they just seem to keep multiplying.
Obviously, there's people there.
There's a demand, and so, and that's 40 years now we've talked about changing Grand Avenue, and all of our plans were well intended. What's going to change Grand Avenue are the new people who are coming in, who are going to live there. They're going to demand certain types of amenities. That's what will change Grand
Right.
Avenue. And it's
Grocery
happening.
stores and
Grocery
dry
stores,
cleaning
all
and-
of
yeah.
these things. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. And I think we can look up and down the peninsula and see that that is, in fact, what has transformed
Yes.
communities.
Yeah.
Even something like Redwood Shores
Yeah.
outside of Redwood City. Same kinds of things. So you'd mentioned that there's new businesses opening up in your downtown. In addition to restaurants, there's other types of industry moving into your downtown?
There's a spa that's been there for a couple of years now, for one. Mostly restaurants, Dani.
Okay.
Yeah, we hope to attract some stores, but that'll come later, I think.
Right. Once you have the people, they always say retail always follows. Once
Exactly,
you have the,
yeah. They will demand those
Right.
things.
So my understanding is also that South San Francisco is now in the mobile app game. So you
Yes,
have
we
your
are.
own mobile app.
We do. It can be downloaded into your phone, and you can request information. You can file a request for information. You can file a concern, a comment, a complaint, and it'll
We can also tell you what we love.
you can tell us what you love and what you don't like, and it will go to the appropriate department or department head, and you will get a response within 24 hours.
You know, with this day and age of social media and Twitter and Facebook, and it's on-demand
It is.
conversations, right?
It is.
And yet, I think in the beginning we were also worried because there was such an influx of people wanting to use these tools for communication. But how were we going to get back to people in a timely manner? Because their request for information is so frequent, and the volume, thank goodness, has gone up. So this mobile app makes it even easier.
It does.
For people to send in their comments and then for you to direct them to the right link and to the right resource.
Exactly, and it makes it easy for us as elected officials to respond. I mean, we all get emails, and by the time you look at the email, respond to the email, and the recipient opens it and reads it, this is much quicker.
Right.
I mean, we can just type a fast response and boom, they've got it.
Well, then I also think it gets them to the right place first.
It gets
So
them to-
as elected officials, we certainly know our cities inside and out, but we aren't the individual staff members
No.
performing that job on a daily basis. So there may be a level of detail that we might miss in answering back. So
Exactly.
with this mobile app, I imagine they're going to get the right information at the right time as quickly as they request it.
From the right person.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So we talked a little bit earlier that so you're going to be saying goodbye as your first or your third term as mayor,
Yeah.
and welcoming Mark Adiago
Yes.
into his first term as mayor.
Well, actually, it'll be his third time as well.
Third time as well. So you've got a council of real great veterans on the.
There's three of us, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us how that transition will be, and what are you going to look back on and say, that's the one thing I wanted to make sure happened?
The transition is always smooth. You know, we've done this how many years
And he's been
now?
your vice mayor.
He's been my vice
Right.
mayor, so it makes it, and he's been mayor before, and he's been a vice mayor before,
Sure.
so it really is a smooth transition. The one thing, actually, there's a couple things. If I were to look back on, you know, we can talk about the projects, we can talk about the housing, all these things. That's all well and good. The thing that sticks out in my mind is the cohesiveness of this council. We have hung together through difficult times. We've made difficult decisions, and we're not alone. All cities have, you know, representatives have, but we've done it, I think, without the bickering and the arguments that I see take place in other cities. We don't always agree on things,
Right.
nor should we. But I think we've put our noses to the grindstone and said, hey, this is the problem, we're going to address it head on,
Right.
and we've done that. You know, through the economic downturn, we didn't close fire stations, we didn't lay people off, none
Right.
of those things happened. Made the difficult decisions.
You know, it was interesting. Prior to the interview with you, I interviewed one of your colleagues, a newbie, Liza Normandy, and she said exactly that while there are people on your council with varying backgrounds and differences of opinion, you all have respected one another and bring
Exactly.
something very important to the table.
Yes, yeah, I'm very proud of that, and I think that's the one thing, if I had to say, I would look back and say it's that cohesiveness.
Right.
that I'm
Well,
most
it
proud
takes
of.
the leader to bring everyone together and to build consensus and be effective in your community. So thank you,
Thank you.
Rich, for joining us on Penn Voice, and
Thank
we
you.
look forward to your next term.
Thank you, so do I.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
all of you and joining us on Penn Voice. We'll see you next time.